Alright, so as you guys know, I do reaction videos every so often, and usually they're towards music that's either really bad, or really good, or really cheesy. Today I'm going to do a reaction by request that's going to be to the ending of the movie Megan is Missing. Now, this isn't a movie that I've seen all the way through. I don't know what to expect in this video. I tried watching this movie once. I got about 20 minutes in, and frankly, it was the most boring, fucking, stupid thing I'd ever seen. Apparently, it's one of those movies that's just utterly, mind-blowingly boring until the end. So, yeah, it's probably the only way that I'll ever see the ending to this, because I don't have the patience to put up with films like that. But it's a very hyped ending. Supposedly it's supposed to be really scary and all that. I don't know. I'm pretty desensitized to these things, so without further ado, here we go. I'm going to hit play now. This is already kind of dumb. Man, this acting's like bad already. Even like Saw has better acting.
I want to see her. I want to talk to her.
To see her when I see her.
Crazy. Let me go.
I'll let you go. As long as you behave yourself.
No. No, I want to go home. Please let me go home, please. Wait.
Good
John,
Lord.
where are you going? You're crazy. Please, John. Please. I want to go home.
This is just boring as shit. Even like, I'm supposed to be like terrified by this, but I'm not. Like, I just... Thank you. He hit her with a bucket of water. Thank you. Hey, he did you a favor. He smashed you with a bucket of water in a dingy place like this. Washed all the asbestos and tetanus off you. Wait, is somebody else handling the camera? Because that didn't make any sense. He walked off in a completely different direction than he placed the camera in. Oh yeah, like somebody couldn't knock that flimsy, rusted piece of shit thing out of the way. The only thing that was holding the door locked was this thing that looked like a rotted turnip. What the fuck is going on now?
Dinner time. I'll eat you dinner if you want to stay healthy.
This is okay, so he's bringing her a teddy bear.
Millie. Please, please. Please let me.
The only thing that this is doing right now is trying too hard.
Hands. On the bowl.
Okay, so now he's making her eat, like, I guess, a bowl of dog food with her face like a dog. What? You know, this is on YouTube, so can you imagine how many weird people probably fap to this?
Why?
Eat.
I mean, I'm sure that Rule 34 has been applied to this movie by some fucking twisted fuck out there. And yet, at the same time, I'm calling this shit twisted. It's not even really bothering me all that much, because it's like trying way too hard to be bothering, and trying way too hard to be disturbing. It's not even a piece of metal. He's holding the door shut with this piece of rotted wood. A swift kick could knock that out. I mean, this is very obviously low budget. But... And now he sets the camera down on something else. Ooh, something spooky. Oh no, a rape scene. Oh, edgy. You know you've failed at making a movie scary when I'm watching somebody get raped in a movie and I don't even give a fuck that I'm watching it. That I'm just not horrified by it, but that I'm bored. Because this so far has been really boring. You can actually tell that this girl is checking every few seconds to see whether or not they're still filming. Which, that alone is a little more bizarre than what I'm actually watching. It's just stupid. This whole sequence is just dumb. You know, the rape scene in Irreversible actually disturbed the fuck out of me when I said, what the fuck? What, did he shove his fucking fist in all the way to the elbow? What's with all the blood? I mean, it's not that bad. Doesn't even look like blood. It looks like just fucking red tempera paint or ketchup. They didn't even need to do that. It was just so unnecessary of a fucking detail. They're like, blood! Ooh, did you see how horrible it was? Yeah, and it just still is dumb and overplayed. This whole sequence is so overplayed right now. Yeah, and then they keep showing the barrels, too, because I know that there's a sequence in this, I think, where some dead girl's in a barrel. Because I remember only wanting to watch the movie originally because I saw that picture in some promotional things for this movie. And it's just like every time he gets a chance, he just walks by and takes his time to film the fucking barrel. You know? Like, ooh, it's coming! Like, really? This subtlety, okay? That's what makes sequences like this fucking disturbing in good movies. Subtlety. But there's no subtlety to it. And it'd be really fucked up as if somebody popped out in the middle of this and said, "You just got pranked, bro." Oh, there it is.
No, Megan! Megan, no! No! Megan! No!
Way to sound disinterested. Damn it! I don't know if they want me to watch the full ending, because this is a multi-part ending, I guess. This is the, getting close to the end of part 1. And part 2, I don't think is available. Nope. Skips part 2 and goes right to part 3. That one got taken down. Yeah, it skips over part 2, it goes straight to part 3. I don't think part 2 was uploaded. Oh well. This is just dumb. Absolutely fucking dumb. The reason why this didn't do anything for me, even watching a rape scene in it didn't do anything for me, is because it's just too overplayed. The whole sequence tries way too fucking hard to be scary. It tries way too hard to basically say, look, she's literally kidnapped. Now she's literally being humiliated and tortured. Now she's being literally raped. And now she's being literally killed. No fucking shit. I get it. I can see that. Believe it or not, I have this wonderful skill called observation, where I look at things and I can notate what's going on and the things that I'm looking at and infer that that's actually what's happening. And what makes tension and scenes like this be visceral as hell in better movies is that it's subtle. It's not in your face. And this was in your face. It was too edgy for me the whole fucking time, which made it stupid. Stupid. What made Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs, for example, fucking creepy was that on the surface, he seemed like a normal guy. That's how the actor played him. Now, in his private life, behind the scenes, who he really was a twisted, psychotic motherfucker that folded his wiener under and wore women's skin like a coat. But to everybody else in the world, he portrayed himself as something else. Subtly did he give off these hints that something might be wrong with this guy. Some of the greatest psycho killers in movies have that. It's the subtleties of it. There's no other way to do it. If they're just in your face, then they're comical like the Joker from Batman. Or just chaotic fucking misanthropes that really aren't all that intimidating as they are caricatures that are just silly. And this whole fucking scene is nothing but that. In fact, this scene is almost like a parody of scenes like this in other movies. It was almost like a parody of Saw. It was almost like a parody. Oh God, what was that movie? It came out a few years ago about this. It wasn't a Saw film, but for all intents and purposes, it might as well have been. And it was about this girl who got captured, and the whole thing is basically just watching this poor fucking woman get tortured until I think she's ultimately killed. So, ugh. You know, those movies have what this scene did not. And the thing that makes this worse is, like I said, I hadn't seen it to the ending. Now I have, and I don't have any intention of really ever watching this all the way through. Because when I first tried, the first 20 minutes are so fucking boring. And apparently the whole film is like that. It's just, see, she's dumb and irresponsible and a party girl and yada yada, and then this is how it turns out. Fuck you! Who cares? This movie is a big fucking who gives a shit, because first, you can't even give a fuck about these two kids within the first 20 minutes of the movie. And then now seeing how it ultimately turns out, yeah, okay. Now I really don't give a shit because I've been given even less of a reason to. You know, it's like if you have to suffer through their acting for the first hour and a half of this fucking thing, and then this happens, at that point you're almost like cheering it on, like, yeah, fucking kill her, please. I've just had to put up with her substandard, terrible acting for the last hour. Oh. This could have been a lot better if it wasn't so overdone. But it wasn't, and it was silly, and stupid, and boring. So, what do I think? Don't waste your fucking time. This wasn't really all that creepy. I've seen worse. I know Hollywood can do worse than this. Alright? Even in the 70s, movies like I Spit on Your Grave did worse than this. This is just dumb.